Te Māori e tātou. Good morning. We've had lots of rain here in Brizzy in the last 24 hours, and I know there were um, flood warnings and evac warnings through the night, and just sending a whole lot of love out to those who are being affected by the current weather conditions. And Brizzy was hit pretty hard a couple of not so long ago actually, and northern New South Wales, and some of those same areas are being affected with flooding again. And so just really want to send a lot of love out to those who are being affected by all of this weather and upheaval at the moment. Just coming in, reflecting on yesterday. I put a video in this page, and I thought it had only uploaded the first half of the video I had intended to put in here yesterday, but I actually uploaded the wrong video. I actually uploaded the video that was cut off because I got interrupted, and so I ended up just cutting it off. And then after that, I refilmed it all again. But so you didn't actually get to see the video that I was meant to put up. And I thought about uploading it today, but I just thought, no, I'll share all of that again at some other stage anyway. So but it just really sends a message to me, around me going through this process and wanting to develop my skills and really start to allow myself to be seen and heard, on through Facebook, whatever channel. I'm just open and ready to do stuff now, and and I'm always, make mistakes. And the beauty in making mistakes and things like that is that you really get to learn and grow from them. And so I guess I'm just embracing it all and allowing myself to do the wrong thing, and just allow it to be, really. And I can reflect back in time to come, and just see the beauty of it all unfold and flow into what I know that it will end up becoming. So just in a really good, loving space with myself at the moment. Anyway, I'll get to share the card that I chose this morning. And the card that I chose this morning is the Karanga card. And this is the kohatsu for that. You can see that the designs actually look very different. And in terms of me, in this process of creation, some of the cards, some of the designs from stone to card did morph and change and did evolve into something else, which is another thing that I think is beautiful. In sometimes those things happen. They just change and become something and bloom into something else. And I love how with the change, everything's been interlinked together. They've locked and interlinked together, whereas these are more free flowing. And you also notice that with a lot of the different designs and some of the cards, everything is kind of done in threes. 3 is one of those numbers I've always aligned myself with, but in sacred geometry, 3 is the number of illusions, and seeing things for what they are, seeing through illusions, and I really love that. 3s as well, kind of like what I term as portals. You'll see, like, if you followed me for a while, or if you know me, our house is decked out with a lot of triangles. And my husband, he just finished. No, it's actually not a triangle. It's got 1, 2, 6 sides in it, but it's still triangular in form. So he just finished a beautiful little piece yesterday, which I might share on the page later. So yeah, the card that I picked yesterday, this morning, is the karanga card, and ka means to enact, ranga means to weave. So it incites a process by which threads like people are woven together to be united with a common purpose. And so obviously the karanga is a formal, it's a ritual that involves the calling between two parties, between a visiting party and a host party, and it's a common role amongst women in Te Ao Māori, and it's an act to bring everyone into an aligned space and place. It sets the energetic tone for cooperation and everything that is to come afterwards. And I really loved watching my nannies and aunties doing the karanga on the marae when I was growing up, and just being immersed in that whole process of the pohiri, from beginning to end. And it's the pohiri itself is a formal welcoming ceremony, and it's very much intrinsic to Māori culture. So yeah, it's just weaving people together, weaving threads together, and bringing everything into a space of alignment. And speaking of alignment, I think of what is it that's calling to me today. What are the messages that I need to be hearing and taking heed of? And I'm reminded of a post I saw yesterday from Gary Vaynerchuk, and it's something that I've heard often before as well, and it basically said, do you want to be happy? And and the answer, as a question, and the answer was, have zero expectations of others. And that's something that I've really begun to apply in my life of late, and really getting into the crux of that and understanding it on a deeper level, and to not have any expectations of other people, anyone around me. And I also chose every day I also choose a medical intuition card. Boys, okay, these are my mates. They might be having a bit of a raru or words with each other. Okay, I'll just leave it. Where was I? Getting back to the conversation. Gary Vaynerchuk's post around having zero expectations of others. And just really applying that into my life and where I am at present. And I chose a medical intuition card, which is something else I do every day. And the card that came up for me today, and to be able to link and weave it through the karanga with, was the spine. And the spine is all about backing yourself up, because in this life we all need support. And number one, the first and foremost, we need to be in a space where we can support ourselves. It's great to be supported by others, and to know that others are around when we do need support, but first and foremost being there to support ourselves. And my husband has been, I guess, my biggest teacher with this particular thing, or for this particular thing, and just watching him and hearing him over the years, because I used to disagree with him. But there's so much value in the things that he would share and say, and he's the I've seen him be the real master at backing himself and doing the things that he says he's going to do, and align all of that with action. And he is an action guy. He brings action to everything he does, and if he says he's going to do something, bang, it's done. And I really do appreciate and value him for that, because I was very much the opposite. I guess seeing the value in that and what he's been able to show me. And also, when it comes to the spine, and being there, because that's the key really, is to back ourselves. You often hear this talk amongst family members, amongst friends. It's like, oh, you've got my back, or have you got my back? And just asking this question. Boys, do you need something? No. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. I think they are having words with each other, but they always seem to be able to smooth whatever they're experiencing with each other out, and just to leave them to do that on their own. Okay. I can stop the vid and start it again, but we'll just keep going on. Where was I again? This thing about have you got my back, or I've got your back, and I'm really the space in my life. It's not a type of conversation I ever kind of aligned myself with, or would ask of people or say to people, and studying something like medical intuition and really understanding the use of language, the use of words, and understanding the body and how we are supported by our own bodies, to really take ownership of our language and the words that we use, because our body is listening to us all the time, 24/7. There is never a moment when our body is not listening in or talking to us, or having a relationship with us. And when we're not in relationship with our bodies, when we're not listening to, or we're not talking to our body, then our body will talk to us, and that could be through like an itch or a scratch, or a cut, or something festering, in the body, and it'll always come out. It will always talk to us, and so it is to be wary of language and the things we say. And when we're getting into this talk, it's like, have you got my back? And it's like, if I've not got my back, who's got my back? Because who's backing me up if I'm not backing me up? If I'm not backing me up, nobody's backing me up. So I need to be here, and I need to be in this space where I can back myself up. I'm going to take ownership for that. I've got a spine. I've got a back. Nobody else is responsible for that. And so I'm not going to put that expectation on another person, ever. And that's the thing. You want to be happy, have zero expectations of other people. And when we remove the expectations, when we understand where we're at, when other people are aware of where we're at, and that we don't have any expectations of them. I'm in this to have friendship, but I don't have any expectations of you. And the same when it comes to family members, and I've lived this whole life where I've lived with that. These family members do this, that I as a member of this family do this, and that I take this role. And it's like, no, I'm not, no, I don't need to do that. I don't need to be that. You don't need to do this. You don't need to be that. And I'm going to, I'm going to take these expectations away, and I'm not going to have any expectation of you to do this for me. I'm going to love you. I'm going to be in love with you, and to honor you and respect you for where you're at, and have this relationship of love, pure, unconditional love, without expectation. And that really comes back to that. Have you got my back? You've got your back. Who's got my back? Nobody's got my back. Of course nobody's got your back, because you've got your back. And so really to take ownership for that, and to find your happiness in that, but also to know that because you back yourself up, that you've got you. And there is so much that you can do and create for yourself when you do back yourself up. And so yeah, in terms of bringing it, weaving it in through the karanga and the calling, is coming into the space of alignment, bringing our backs into alignment. When our spines have a natural curvature, they're not straight up and down. And when we're straight up and down, it's like there could be a rigidness to us, and when we're too far in curvature, it can create something like a hunchback or something like that. And in my mid to late 20s, I had a very pronounced hunch at the top of my back, at the base of my neck, and it kind of went like that. And I don't have it anymore. And part and parcel, that would be around me taking the steps to start backing myself. And also after I had the boys, and even actually a couple of years before I got pregnant with Mr. Nine, the job I was in at the time involved a lot of manual handling, and it was a care job, and I ended up putting my back out. And so I sought chiropractic treatment, and I loved every part of that. And so we'd go into what we call an alignment. And so again, it was coming back into alignment with ourselves. And and I've had a lot of chiropractic treatment through the years, and I love it. I love that feeling of my whole spine being cracked or whatever, and everything, just you feel this rush of energy just move through your body, and everything comes back into alignment. And I just love that as I think about aligning with myself, aligning with the things that I'm being called to do, which this is part of it. Hello, just being joined by Puppy, and really taking heed of that, taking heed of the messages. So you want to be happy, have zero expectations of others, and yeah, back yourself from the spine. And also the karanga, what is calling you into alignment? What's What messages are you receiving? What are you needing to tune into that you've not been tuning into, that you know you need to be tuning into? All that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've just seen that I've been chatting away for a good 20 minutes now. I will be uploading the right video today because I deleted the other attempts before this one. I guess that's why people do lives, because they just jump straight in and get it done regardless of whatever else is going on. But again, for me, small steps, start out with videos, upload those, and then transition into the live. So wishing you a wonderful day. Please drop a line, drop something in the comments, come and have a convo with me. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. If you're watching this and you're resonating with the message, give the page a like, because again, I want to really build the community and to start doing that anyway. So just invite anyone that's resonating with the messages to come say hey. Kia ora, kia pai o koutou rā. Have a good day.